Okay, good morning everybody. Sorry for the slight delay, a few minutes behind this morning. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream, our only one for today. We are going from Glasgow. We're taking off on runway 23. I'm going to plug this information, so I want to show everybody the nav log, and we're going to go right over here to Belfast City. And our runway, should get a runway 22. All right, so let's zoom back in here. We're going to change this to a low altitude IFR flight. No, did I put that as, oh boy. Okay, hold on a second. I got to get back to Glasgow as the departure. There we go. For some reason it was okay. And then we are going to plug in our departure information, which for here it is TLA2 Hotel. This one right here. And then our approach is going to be TRN all, and we're going to have a ILS approach 22. So just over an hour long flight. So this is our flight plan right here. These are all of our waypoints, and then we'll come into our approach here. Now, looking at our nav log, our altitude for today is no higher than 16,200 feet. I am not going to go higher than that, even if, because we're only flying roughly just over an hour and 2 minutes, right? I think is the total flight time. So either way, we're going to stay at about 16,000 feet or 16,200. I think that's a reasonable flight level for this flight. But as we get closer to Belfast, we'll start dropping our altitude. As I'm good, Mick. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon. So that's what we're gonna do. And now today we're gonna fly in something a little bit different. Yesterday I kind of tinkered around in this aircraft, this Beechcraft King Air 350i, very fast, very sleek. So we're gonna fly that today in under the Harbor Air airline sort of livery that we flew yesterday in the Cessna Grand Caravan. Let's get in here and get our flight going. Hopefully everybody's having a good middle of the week. I realized this morning that I forgot to grab creamer for my coffee because I can't have it with sugar anymore, and I can't drink it black anymore because of the acidity of coffee. So I had to run next door and get grab some creamer. So yeah, kind of running a little bit ragged this morning, but otherwise I'm doing good.
Beechcraft 237 at runway 23 ready for departure IFR to Belfast.
Beechcraft 237 altimeter 30.56 wind calm. Cleared for takeoff runway 23.
Okay, so we're gonna
takeoff runway 23 Beechcraft 237.
We're going to basically we're going to change the weather. We're going to have nice sunny weather and calm sort of winds and all that stuff. So we won't have to worry about dialing in any sort of readings for the altimeter. So 10,000 feet is our expected altitude on takeoff. So we're going to dial in 10,000 feet. Real quick. Okay, so there's that. And we have these warning lights. We'll just go ahead and do all that. So this is our cockpit here. our autopilot is there. So we have autopilot, flight director, and then our nav mode is right there. So once we get airborne and get some altitude, we will go ahead and enable that, and we'll be on our way. All right. Why am I getting a... Okay. All right. Well, let's get airborne. This thing is very... You got two engines, one on each side of the wings. Very comfortable looking aircraft. I wouldn't mind flying a plane like this, to be honest. Alright, we have reached our takeoff speed. We are up in the air.
Beechcraft 237, contact Scottish Centre on 119.875. Good day.
Alright, we are on our way. Look at that.
875 for Beechcraft 237.
That is just
Scottish
a
Centre
really
Beechcraft
sleek looking
237
aircraft.
is at 1,100 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Beechcraft 237, Scottish Centre altimeter 29.9 continuous ramp.
A nice green livery matches the green countryside here in Glasgow. So I did get, purchased it this morning. I did get the I did buy the Spitfire this morning, so I have to kind of spend some time off screen getting used to taking off and landing with that plane.
Climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect 40 ME runway 23 approach by Golf Oscar Whiskey transition. Cleared to Golf Oscar Whiskey Easy 207.
So we are on our way to our first waypoint here. Weird is this thing can zip up in altitude fairly quickly. It's just, I don't know, there's just something about this. It's, I was like, you know, I want to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try to fly some different aircraft here and there, just so that we kind of get a different feel for how different aircraft respond and all that. You know, get a feel for different planes. You know, we do have kind of our favorites, but we don't want to get attached to those, and we want to try different things. Yeah, I mean, this thing is just, I mean, if you look in the back, is that, oh, okay, it's not the morning thing again. Look at you could just kind of see the cabin. I mean, that just looks really, as some people would say, it looks really posh. I mean, I guess this is like, you know, if you can't afford an executive jet, this is the next best thing, I would imagine. It's you got the wood paneling, it's very nice looking, seats look super comfortable, you know, yeah, it looks amazing. So yeah, hopefully everybody enjoys today's flight. I mean, look at this, we're more than halfway to 10,000 feet. We should be tracking. Now, the only thing is I don't know how to zoom this out. That's the only thing. Let's go ahead and change some of our lights if we need to. A lot of stuff might just be set to off or inoperable. I think those are landing lights. We don't need our landing lights on right now. Put those toggles on approach. The toggle, the wing lights, the taxi lights are off, wing lights are on, recognition lights are on, nav lights are on. Okay, so we got safe lights, basically.
237 climb and maintain 16,000 feet.
All right, so we do have, so that was
Climb
part
and
of our
maintain
plan.
16,000 feet Beechcraft 237.
So far so good. We're not getting any kind of crazy sort of request to go to unreasonable amounts of altitude. So yeah, really nice looking plane, very sleek looking. There is a newer generation that has an improved avionics suite. This part is, there's only some button boards here, but these two panels change to something that we're more, I think, used to. So yeah, this is just a really, look at that though. We got this nice look outside here and watch the propeller spin. Got that nice polished cone there. Got the exhaust right up there. So there's our trim stuff, rudder, aileron, and then right there's our pitch, flap levers. There's our throttles, our propeller to feather those as necessary if we were so inclined to do. Alright, so look, we kind of took off on this track, and now we're making our way towards our flight, like level flight stuff, and then we'll start reducing our altitude in preparation for our arrival into Belfast City. So yeah, really slick looking. Just I figured this would be something fun to fly today. I did a test flight in it yesterday in Florida. I was getting a bit of a weird sort of, like I was starting in my approach. I took off from, it was just a very short flight, like a 15-20 minute flight, no higher than 3,000 feet, but I was starting to line up. It wasn't an ILS approach either, so I think I kind of wasn't paying attention correctly to the information that I was being given, or what I was seeing on the screen as far as our markers go. So I landed, but only just barely. I almost screwed up the landing. So yeah, it was a handful, but I got on the ground. But I think this does better with an ILS approach, but we're going to find out here today. So yeah, I just figured I'd try something. I like to try something different, and I really cannot wait to fly the Spitfire. They do have like all of these really nice looking liveries from World War II, different air wings from the UK. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you guys at some point. I just got to get used to, I got to practice some takeoff and landings and get used to how it flies, and we'll go from there. So we are on our way to TLA. Looks like that's our next This is our next waypoint there. Yeah, really, really nice looking plane. I mean, it's got a bit of old school analog dials, and you got these, you know, the updated computerized systems. So I don't think this has any kind of, I don't know, maybe these slide closed. That's what it kind of looks like, possibly. So if the pilot, you know, if this is, you know, the passengers want privacy and all that, pilots don't want to be dealing with passengers who are getting highly inebriated in the back of the plane. I guess you can change your lighting as you see fit, if necessary. Not sure what the bus selector does, but you got these nice little air sort of. You got like a sun glare shield here on the side. I guess you can bring it around to the front and drop it down if you want some. Cut the glare down and out through the window there. Oh, Vic, you know what? If we're gonna do, honestly, I think if we're gonna do the multiplayer, that would be the way to do it. Quite honestly, if you and I did a multiplayer flight in Spitfires together, I think it would be fantastic. Quite honestly. But that's the great thing about this. In many ways, just like Train Sim World 2, there's, you know, in Train Sim World 2 we have all these different trains to drive. And it's easy to kind of get, oh, I want to drive this one now. You know, there's just like that. And here, there's so much to fly. You know, it would be, you know, it's just amazing. You know, of course, it's not free, which, you know, is understandable. You know, they're not going to give content away for free for the most part. Some stuff they will, but you know, other stuff they're going to charge you for it, and that's just the reality of it. All right, so we have a 13,850 feet marker coming up. I'm going to get a little bit closer. I mean, we can drop, you know, a few thousand feet very quickly, I think, in this aircraft. So that should be our start of our point that we will start kind of dropping our altitude in preparation to start our approach into Belfast City. So yeah, it should be. So we'll start making those decisions on our own. We won't wait until the last minute sort of thing, which is, it feels like that's what we've been doing kind of in the past. So if we see the information, we're going to start acting upon that information, and then we'll you know, adjust accordingly. So we'll wait till we're about 10 nautical miles or so to that waypoint, and then we'll start reducing our altitude. I would like a B-17 though. It's one. Yeah, that would be. I'm sure somebody, if it's possible, I'm sure they're already working on, you know, scanning the plane, getting all the detail, you know, every inch of the plane is as authentic as possible, the landing gear to look as authentic as possible, the engines, the nose of the aircraft, all that stuff. yeah, I would think that they are going to have, as much. If they're going to do it, I'm sure somebody's working on it, because I mean, the same group that created the Spitfire, there's a different group that did the P-40 Warhawk, which that's another one that I want to buy eventually. These old warbirds, I think it's just amazing to get the opportunity to fly that in a simulator. It's to get to fly a piece of history without spending thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's not that you're flying it, it's just that you get to go for a ride. I mean, if I had the means, trust me, I would have done a Spitfire flight a long time ago just to say that I did it. I think that would be an incredible experience. But I get to do the next best thing and try to, figure out how to fly that magnificent plane. So, all right, so let's see. We should get a little bit closer. I don't think we'll have too much trouble dropping that altitude. I'm not sure which way we're. It should be that we're going to track right, I think. But I wish I knew how to zoom out on this, but I don't quite know how to do it. That's okay. All right, 13,800. Let's go to 13,800. But yeah, that would be amazing. I kind of feel like...
237, you are 300 feet below your assigned altitude.
I know what I'm
Climb and
doing.
maintain 16,000 feet, altimeter 29.902.
Negative motion.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet, Beechcraft 237.
That's weird. It says now that one goes up to 6. Oh, okay. That's kind of all right. I thought we were much closer to our starting our approach. Never mind. Lord, oh, I look like a fool. Now we're on the leg of our sort of cruising altitude sort of situation. So yeah, I think the B-17 for this simulator would be very similar to us getting Steam in Train Sim World 2. It's very historic. It's there's a lot of kind of pomp and circumstance with it. Missed the turn for some reason. Okay, so we're going to correct here. We're going to fly back towards the track and then turn back to the left. We got a little off course there, but it's going to fix itself here in a moment. So, yeah, I think that's what it would be very much similar to in that, it's going to be a lot of, how do you get all the systems to work together without modern sort of systems like what we have on this plane. You're going to have to start the aircraft from different, you got 4 engines, so the pre-flight for that would be absolutely incredible.
easy 642.
We're back up to our cruising altitude. Cruising back on our track here. Alright, so it's making its small adjustments, getting us back in line with our waypoints. Little things we can kind of look at. This looks very posh. You've got this nice kind of carpeted floorboard here. Got the nice little areas for your charts or whatever maybe, and then you have your, where's the cup holder for the pilot and co-pilot? I don't see the cup holder. Where's the cup holder at? What is this back here? Let me look back here. There's a keyboard. I guess you could plug in information on that keyboard if it was operable. Climb rate pressurization. Oh, look at that. Cabin pressures. Dumb cabin pressure, normal. Oh, interesting. So you can dial that stuff in as needed for, depending on what altitude you're in, if you have to do the pressurize your cabin for higher altitude flight. Interesting. On even though it's daytime. It's always nice to show our logo. Kind of quiet today. I thought maybe a few more well-rested folks coming in later in the day. I guess I was wrong. They're gonna miss this really lovely flight and this really slick-looking aircraft. I guess it's just you and me, Mick. That's okay. All right, there's our next waypoint. Now we can start.
120, you are 59 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect VOR DME runway 23 approach by Golf Oscar Whiskey transition. Clear to Golf Oscar Whiskey.
Alright, Chanix, you better acknowledge the instructions,
Descend and maintain
otherwise
3,000 feet.
there
Expect
you go.
VOR DME runway 23
Schools
approach
go
by
back
Golf
soon,
Oscar
probably all
Whiskey
shopping.
transition.
Oh
Clear to
yeah,
Golf
that's,
Oscar Whiskey. Channel 120.
that is true. go. Our next waypoint. He's making some minor corrections to keep us on track. Now I think I can confidently say it's time to start dropping some altitude. Alright, now we can go ahead and 13. Alright, let's start dropping some altitude here. Oh, somebody else popped in a like. Hello, Amir. How are you?
Beechcraft 237, you are 900 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 16,000 feet altimeter 29.902.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet Beechcraft 237.
Welcome to the stream. I'm doing well, thank you. Welcome, Amir. Glad to have you in the chat. Glad to have you in the stream. Alright, looks like we should start preparing for our approach into Belfast City.
Beechcraft 237, please expedite your climb 16,000 feet.
We start kind of bleeding off our altitude here. Have a sip of my coffee. I'm really glad I decided to fly this plane today. Looks really good. It's been
Beechcraft 237, please expedite your climb 16,000 feet.
all right. Look at that, 6,100 feet is our next decision point kind of thing. So we are going to track that way, and when we get a little bit closer, we'll start dropping some more altitude in preparation for our approach into Belfast City. Flying a little off track, but that's okay.
120 contact Glasgow approach on 119.1. Good day.
It is the Beechcraft King Air 350i. It should be in the description. It's a twin engine, kind of an executive sort of prop plane. We'll look here in the back real quick.
Beechcraft 237, please expedite your climb 16,000
got this really nice cabin. Here's the cockpit here. Modern avionics, as much as it was allowed to be installed at that time, or whatever was available. There is a newer model that's a bit faster, I think, and has an updated avionics suite.
Good day.
Yeah, it's this really fast, fun plane to fly. So
118.775 Ryanair 817.
we're going to bleed off a little bit more altitude as we get closer to our next marker there. It's 6100. That's what we're going to go to next. We're not going to expedite. We are starting our approach into Belfast City Airport. So, yeah, I think it's kind of like an executive sort of level plane. It can cruise up pretty high, actually, from what I read. So, yeah, very, very quick. Can climb very fast. That's kind of if I can capture a screenshot of that without all the clutter around, that would be a phenomenal picture right there. The sun and the little light circles there. Man, I tell you. All right. So anyway, yeah. So we're flying. We took off from Glasgow, and we are on our way to Belfast City. Our marker there, that should mark our approach, our initial approach. Yeah, I think it's something that like a charter sort of business would fly, or a company if they don't want like a Learjet or a Cessna Citation jet or anything like that. This is I think a comparable sort of thing to have instead. It looks very comfortable. It can be pressurized, altitude pressurized. So the cabin, can be. All right, let's start getting down to 6100.
Beechcraft 237, please expedite your climb 16,000 feet.
So what I've noticed, and I kind of been thinking about this quite a bit, is that the air traffic control, for whatever reason, doesn't really recognize, or, like, I would think, and I could be wrong because I'm not really a pilot in the real world, but I would think that at these markers you would have gotten a instruction to go to 6,100 feet, and then you would start you would step down your altitude basically based on that. And for whatever reason, we don't get that in this simulator, and so when we make our own decisions based on the information that we're being given, it wants us at 16,000 feet, it seems, almost to the last possible minute. And I don't feel quite comfortable with that sort of mentality, so we're going to make the decisions for ourselves. Air traffic control is going to keep bugging us to go to 16,000 feet. But as soon as we get within range of Belfast approach, when when they hand us off to that tower, to that ATC, see, now we're going to Man City, or Manchester Center, not Man City, sorry. Manchester Center,
775 for Beechcraft 237.
at some point, it's going to just tell us,
Manchester
okay,
Center,
go to this
Beechcraft
altitude, and
237 is passing 9,600
we will
feet, climbing
already be
16,000
there
feet.
or very close to it.
Beechcraft 237, Manchester Center, altimeter 29.902. Continue to block as planned.
All right, Blocka is the one in front of us. So we're on a good, we've got a good plan, I think, right now. So we will keep going with what we see in front of us, and we will only listen to ATC when we're getting ready for our approach. I know that's probably not the best way to handle it, but it's a simulator. We're going to make our decisions based on the information presented to us. And we're going to fly by the seat of our pants.
Beechcraft 237, please expedite your climb 16,000 feet.
We're good right where we are, I think. That's a nice kind of a bay sort of area right there. Purple. Interesting. Lochnaw. Wow.
I hereby Portree contact Scottish Centre on 119.875. Good day.
So we're right, almost right at our 6,100 feet for this marker. We should track slightly to the right again.
Going to 119.875 by the Air 5 Portree.
There we are.
Beechcraft 237, you are 31 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and
There we go.
altitude. Expect ILS runway 22.
I had one time that my ATC. Oh,
Clear to McGee.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 22 approach via McGee transition. Cleared to McGee Beechcraft 237.
Beechcraft 237, descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
look at that!
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet Beechcraft 237.
Oh my goodness.
Beechcraft
See?
237,
We made-
descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
All right, now we're going to 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet Beechcraft 237.
Ryanair 817, contact Scottish Centre on 119.875. Good day. Ryanair 817.
I do a live stream 7 days a week. Today, this is my only live stream for the day. I do in the morning. First thing is Train Sim World 2. So tomorrow we will pick that up, and so it's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time in the morning is our first stream, and then 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is the second stream of the day, which is Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're trying to just do fly some different areas, just have some fun, fly some different planes. I've flown the Airbus and the Dreamliner. So, as I understand it, I think the jetliners kind of have a bit of a glitch with the autopilot and approach and everything. So that's what's led me kind of to believe that the ATC and the simulator is a bit off. More
Beechcraft
often than
237,
not.
contact Belfast approach on
Right, yeah, Belfast
130.85. Good day.
But yeah, as long as my schedule allows
Beechcraft
for it, I will try to
237.
stream
Belfast
every
approach
day of the
Beechcraft
week.
237 is passing 3,700 feet, descending 3,000 feet.
Beechcraft 237, Belfast approach altimeter 29.902. Continue to McGee as planned.
as long as I don't have anything else happening that would keep me from streaming, I will be here all the time. Okay, so let's see. It's British summertime right now is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So where your difference between UK summertime, the BST time, and your current time, I'm not sure what the difference is. Maybe an hour or two extra? I'm thinking it's 2 hours. I think. But if please do subscribe. You should get the notification. Click the notification bell when you subscribe, and then you'll get a notification when I go live. Yeah. But if Mick's still there, what's the difference, Mick, if you can tell us the difference between BST time and time in the Netherlands? I'm not sure what the time differences are. Alright, slight track to the left coming up.
Beechcraft 237, climb and maintain 6,400
Okay, thank you.
feet.
Climb and maintain 6,400 feet, Beechcraft
You
237.
told me to go to 3,000 feet. Zip right up there. So we got some bad info from ATC. So when it is 1500, okay, so you're only an hour ahead of UK. All right.
Beechcraft 237, descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet, Beechcraft 237.
All that for nothing.
Beechcraft 237, you are 11 miles northeast of Belfast. Contact Belfast Tower on 122.83 when inbound.
Oh, come on.
Tower on 122.83, Beechcraft 237. Belfast Tower,
Now we
Beechcraft
gotta
237,
really
10
start
miles
dropping
northeast
altitude,
inbound
and
ILS
we gotta
runway
get-
22 approach.
We gotta drop a lot of speed.
Belfast Tower. Altimeter 29.902 with 275 the tree. Cleared ILS, runway 22 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 22 approach, Beechcraft 237.
Alright, we don't have our usual sort of lineup here. But we do have, it's green, it says, I think we got a glide slope. Yep, alright. So hopefully it captures the information here shortly. I have every time I play, always they say first, and then, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Mick.
Beechcraft 237 with 275 the tree. Cleared to land runway 22.
Cleared to land runway 22, Beechcraft 237.
Yeah, I think it's a software glitch, Amir. Right, it was green, I thought, but now it's not. Right, you don't want to stall, so we need to get a little bit of gas on. Keep our speed up, which I think is supposed to be about... Did I turn? I thought I... Alright, it's not getting the localizer for some reason. We should be descending in altitude right now, I kind of feel like. Alright, so let's fire autopilot. That's the second time this has kind of happened here. So we're kind of lined up with the runway already, so I think we're going to be okay. We're just going to fly by the seat of our pants again. At the far end of the runway there. There we are. Whew.
Beechcraft 237 exit runway when able.
Welcome to Belfast City, everybody. That wasn't too bad.
Beechcraft 237 contact ground on 122.83.
Going to 122.83 Beechcraft 237. Belfast ground, Beechcraft 237 taxi to parking.
Beechcraft 237 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha 2 Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha 2 Alpha Beechcraft 237.
Oh, where's our... Oh, it got turned off somehow. Well, isn't that interesting? We're going to kind of do a quick turnaround here. Kind of cut across the grass. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. we didn't get our glide slope information, it didn't capture it for some reason. Well, that wasn't too bad of a flight. We made some decisions on our own without the autopilot because the approach mode was a bit off, it seemed. Yeah, this is quite a fun little plane to fly. I'm sure it's not little, but quite a lot of fun. Back that up. Ding, 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 ding. There we are. Must have gone too far forward. Ooh, up. Uh-oh. How did that happen? Wow. Trying to get this right in the right box there, and then just put too far forward on me. Yeah, now I just got to get this thing parked. All right. Well, I think that's going to be as good as it's going to get. The boxes are disappearing, which tells me that we reached our destination, but we're in the box, so as good as it's going to get. Now I have to find. I think yesterday when I shut it down, I just turned off the main battery. I gotta find the switch again, or turn off all the generators. There we go. There it is. All right. Yeah. I don't know if I'm the best pilot ever here, but thank you for the compliment. Wow, 5 likes. Well, thank you everybody for coming in and throwing me some love there. Greatly appreciate it. So that's going to be it for tomorrow's flight. We are going to fly from Belfast. We're going to go back to the We're going to fly from Belfast airport there. Belfast City. We're going to take off from runway 22. And then we will fly towards well, that's a very small airport there. So is that one. I don't think that can handle our aircraft. Looks like Lawnbetter. Let's see if we can get a IFR approach on that. Nope, we cannot. Interesting. Well, let's see if we have a... Haverford West. Maybe that's got an ILS approach. Nope. Well, I'll find something, but we'll take off from Belfast City. Maybe we'll go down to... Let's see if we can go to Cork. Oops. Yeah. Should be the long one. Yeah, there we go. We'll do that flight tomorrow. That's about just over an hour flight. So we'll do that tomorrow. Actually, it looks like maybe 2 hours. Well, no, there's multiple tracks you could fly. We're going to fly this one. So this is an hour 14. So an hour 14. So yeah, we'll go to Cork and then we'll go over to Wales eventually. We'll find an airport over there. Maybe we'll go to Swansea from Cork. That should be a good flight for our next leg on Friday. Yeah, we're just going to keep in Ireland. We'll go from Belfast down to Cork. And then we will go from there. So yeah, I think that'll be a good flight tomorrow, and we'll stay with this plane just for fun. So keep flying something a little bit fast and nimble and all that, and then we'll go to the UK. We'll fly around, and then we'll make our way over into on the mainland, basically. We'll fly towards France, and then we'll go, or not France, but I guess France. Or we can go to Belgium first, and then we'll make our way to, we'll go to, we'll head over here. I don't think we'll go right into Charles. Yeah, okay, there's Paris. Yeah, France. We'll try to pick up some of these little interesting things along the way if we can. Those sites, and then we'll come into there's Versailles. So yeah, we'll fly into Europe proper, and then we'll make our way around, go down towards Italy and all that kind of stuff. So we'll go to the Netherlands too eventually. We'll make our way there. So anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. Thank you all for coming in, hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I will see you tomorrow on Train Sim World 2. Surprise route. We'll figure it out tomorrow morning. How about that? So, all right. Until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Peace. Live long and prosper.